just because he took a second look at a sports car parked on the street. He walks up to the rich guy and asks him 2 questions.
What do you do and how do you do it?
I'm a stockbroker.
I had to go to college to be a stockbroker.
You don't have to. Have to be good with numbers and good with people. That's it.
Hey, you take care.
Staring at that sports car, Chris is stunned. He never imagined a stockbroker could make that kind of money. The second he gets home, he tells his wife he's going to interview to be a stockbroker, but she just scoffs at him. Not an astronaut? He can't argue back, because right now he really is a failure to cover 3 months of unpaid rent. His wife works 12-hour days, endless overtime, and it barely keeps the family afloat. And this has been their life for years, all because 5 years ago, Chris took every penny they had and bought a batch of bone density scanners. Back then, they dreamed those machines would make them rich, but reality turned out nothing like the dream. Sure, the scanner gives a clearer image, but it costs twice as much as the other machines. Once doctors hear the price, they all walk away. By the time his son is in daycare, Chris still hasn't sold them all. For years now, he's been out pitching every single day, running from hospital to hospital. His car is covered in parking tickets, but this time, the cops just tow the whole thing away. He watches it happen and can't do a thing because he has no money to pay those tickets. To turn his life around, Chris decides to go for it. He wants to try this stockbroker thing, but he's carrying a scanner, and to look a little more presentable, he hands it to a street singer standing nearby and generously pays her $1 to watch it, but he barely sits down with the application before he looks up and sees her taking off with his scanner. So he jumps up and chases after her.
Hey, don't move!
He sprints all the way to the subway station, but she still gets away. The train doesn't stop for anybody. Chris didn't sell a single scanner today. He lost one instead. That's a whole month of living expenses gone. All he has to show for today is a blank application. Every 6 months, 20 interns competed for one job. The application had 3 extra lines for higher education. Chris couldn't fill in a single one. The odds are slim, but Chris won't pass up any shot. He goes to the brokerage firm anyway and hands that thin little application straight to the head of HR, just to make a good impression.
I'd really love the opportunity to sit and discuss what may seem like weaknesses on my application.
Okay, well, we'll start with this, Chris, and we'll call you if we want to sit down.
Watching everyone hustling inside, Chris feels like they live in a whole different world, and he doesn't belong in it at all. He heads back out to keep pitching his scanners, and then he spots a familiar face. He books it down the street with his scanner, follows her onto a bus, and gets his machine back. So once again, Chris doesn't sell a scanner today. He just has one more of them. He drags himself home carrying 2 scanners. His wife sees the extra machine and sees years of misery with no end in sight. That's the moment she decides she's getting out. Chris doesn't notice anything's wrong. He's actually proud, bragging that he rescued one of the machines today.
What?
Whatever.
What the hell you got an attitude about? Whatever what?
Every day he's got some damn story.
We're gonna come out of this. Everything's gonna be fine, all right?
You said that before. When I got pregnant, it'll be fine.
So you don't trust me now?
Whatever. I don't care.
Chris tries to fix things, but she's done caring, because the way she sees it, Chris is a failure. That night, Chris watches TV alone. They're talking about a math professor who solved a Rubik's Cube in 30 minutes. It's a huge craze at the time. Chris has a cube too. Maybe it's the head for numbers he's had since he was a kid, but the first time he touches it, he figures out the pattern. He's always one step away from solving it, and he has no idea that little cube is about to change his life. Chris waits outside the manager's building and finally catches him heading out. He stops him and starts selling himself hard, but the guy's rushing to a cab and isn't interested.
Mr. Twistle, actually, I'm on my way to Noe Valley also. How about we share a ride?
All right, get in.
Chris shamelessly climbs into the cab with him and keeps talking himself up. The manager acts like he isn't even there, completely focused on the cube in his hands.
I'm sorry. This thing's impossible.
I can do it.
No, you can't. No one can. It's bullshit.
No, I'm pretty sure I can do it.
No, you can't.
Let me see it. Give it here.
Chris insists he can solve it and starts explaining exactly how it works. Even the driver up front gets pulled in, messing with his own cube.
You can slow down.
Oh, listen, we can drive around all day. I don't believe you can do this.
Yeah, I can.
No, you can't.
Chris talks like he invented the thing, explaining with total confidence, while his hands keep moving. The manager's look goes from dismissive to dead serious, because in the blink of an eye, Chris has finished an entire side. As the other colors come together, the manager starts seeing him in a whole new light. Minutes tick by. They've reached his stop, and he doesn't even notice, because all his attention is on Chris. Even the driver doesn't dare rush them.
You're almost there.
$17.10. This is me. Good job.
Chris makes sure the manager remembers him, the black guy who can solve the cube. He lets out a huge breath, like he just walked out of the biggest interview of his life. But the manager gets out without paying, so Chris asks the driver to take him back 2 blocks. He nervously checks his wallet, then sneaks a look at the meter climbing. He grips his bag, and a bold idea forms in his head. The moment the light turns red and the driver hits the brakes, Chris bolts.
Stop it! Hey! Where are you going? Come here! Hey! No! Hey! No! Give me my money!
He runs off so fast, he forgets the scanner in the front seat, so he doubles back to grab it. Chris runs like a bull. The cab driver can't lay a hand on him. He sprints all the way to the subway, swings those long legs over the turnstile, and slips onto the train at the last second. The scanner isn't so lucky. Chris comes out way behind. He paid for that cab ride another way. One scanner equals a month of living expenses. He's too far from home to pick up his son, so he has to ask his wife to grab him, and that phone call turns out to be the last straw.
I'm leaving. Chris, I'm leaving.
What?
Did you hear what I said? I have my things together, and I'm taking our son, and we're going to leave now.
She doesn't give him a chance to explain. She just hangs up. On the bus, Chris starts doubting everything. Why is it that the harder he tries, the further happiness gets? What's the point of any of this? That maybe happiness is something that we can only pursue, and maybe we can actually never have it. When Chris runs home, his wife has already left with their son. The closet is completely empty. The Magic Johnson poster on the wall hits him like a punch to the gut because his son dreams of playing in the NBA, and he feels like he's failed as a dad. Then the phone rings. Chris thinks it's his wife, but it's the manager, telling him to come in for an interview in 2 days. He tells him to write down the secretary's number so she can give him the details, but there's no pen in the house. So Chris pretends he's writing and keeps repeating out loud a 14-digit phone number plus a 4-digit extension. Then he runs to a store and writes down the numbers that could change his life. Luck favors the prepared. Chris thinks fast, and that's how he grabs this shot. The next day, he runs into his wife on the street, and they immediately get into a huge fight.
Take my son away from me again. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Don't you walk away from me when I'm talking to you. Do you hear me? Do you want to leave?
Yes.
You want to leave?
Yes, I want to leave.
Get the hell out of here, then, Linda. Get the hell out of here. Christopher's staying with me.
You're the one that dragged us down. Did you hear me?
You are so weak.
No, I am not happy anymore. I'm just not happy.
Then go get happy, Linda. Just go get happy. Christopher's living with me. Did you hear what I said? Christopher's living with me.
That afternoon, Chris beats her to the daycare and quietly takes his son because that boy is everything he has left. That night, the landlord comes for the rent. He says he's repainting and wants them out, so Chris offers to paint the place for free and gets one more week out of him. He's up early painting the wall and writes a joke at his own expense. Chris, you suck. Then there's another knock at the door, and it's the police. His car may be gone, but he can't leave the station tonight until every ticket is paid. He writes a check, but the bank is already closed. They can't verify it until morning. Problem is, his interview is in the morning, and his son is still at daycare, so he has to swallow his pride and beg his wife.
How is he?
He's fine. All right, take him to the park and bring him back. All right, just bring my son back.
Okay. Linda.
I'll bring him back around 6.
So Chris spends the whole night in the station. He doesn't rest for a second. The moment the check clears, he takes off running. So what if he's covered in paint? He is not losing this shot. Somehow he makes it on time. But every other candidate is in a sharp suit, and he looks like a mess. Still, Chris has nerves of steel. He smiles and shakes every interviewer's hand, then gives a textbook masterclass in handling it. He jokes that he got held by traffic cops over unpaid tickets. That honest self-deprecation kills the awkwardness. But one partner looks at his resume and says a high school diploma doesn't really cut it. Just as the room gets tense again, Chris goes on the offensive.
Can I say something? I'm the type of person, if you ask me a question and I don't know the answer, I'm going to tell you that I don't know. But I bet you what? I know how to find the answer. I will find the answer.
The partner doesn't respond. He throws back a brutal question instead.
What would you say if a guy walked in for an interview without a shirt on? And I hired him. What would you say?
He must have had on some really nice pants.
Honesty always wins. His humor and sincerity turn the whole thing around. But after the interview, he finds out the next 6 months of the internship are unpaid, and he hesitates.
There was no salary. Not even a reasonable promise of a job.
20 interns and only one gets hired, which means for the next 6 months, he has to sell all 6 remaining scanners, just to barely feed himself and his son, and bet everything he has on a 5% chance. But Chris decides to go all in. The second he gets home, he paints over those words, "Chris, you suck." And that's the sign of a brand new Chris. At 8 that night, his wife finally brings their son back. Her sister lined up a job for her in New York. It kills her to leave her son. But this time, she's dead set on getting out. When you're backed into a corner, courage shows up. Chris looks at his sleeping boy and decides to risk it all. The next day, he moves them into a motel because the rent there is half as much. That night, he takes his son out to shoot hoops. The boy says he wants to play in the NBA, and Chris tells him, like father, like son, "You'll probably be as bad at ball as I am." Just like that, he shoots down his son's dream. The boy says, "Okay," then turns around and tosses the ball away. Seeing his face fall, Chris realizes he just said the wrong thing.
Don't ever let somebody tell you you can't do something. Not even me. All right?
All right.
You got a dream, you got to protect it. People can't do something themselves. They want to tell you you can't do it. You want something, go get it. Period.
As soon as he says it, his eyes go red because he's saying it to himself too. And life isn't all darkness after all. Chris finally sells a scanner. He runs straight to a shop to cash the check. His son keeps staring at the snacks on the counter. Chris doesn't hesitate. He offers to buy him one. But the kid says it's okay. He doesn't need it.
Come on, you got one. Which one? Like that one? How much?
25 cents.
The internship finally starts. It's only day 1, and the firm hands them contacts at 60 companies. From the Fortune 500 in the financial district, they have to do whatever it takes to get these people to invest. The higher your numbers, the better your odds of getting hired. During the internship, the manager gives Chris plenty of special attention. He's always sending him on personal errands.
Chris,
Yes, sir.
Would you give me some coffee, please?
Favors for Frakish, our office manager. All day, feeling underrated and unappreciated.
So this is his life. Chris makes 100 calls a day, then catches the 4 o'clock bus to get his son, then rides the subway across the whole city, then takes the number 22 bus home. The motel owner is always after him for rent, and Chris keeps putting him off. 2 months fly by, and Chris hasn't closed a single deal, watching everyone else grinding away. Chris gets a bold idea. He calls the CEOs of these companies directly, and one of them tells him to come on over. Chris immediately panics, because he has to be there in 20 minutes, but that annoying manager is truly annoying. Chris barely gets downstairs before the guy corners him and makes him go park his annoying car, and of course his annoying door lock is broken. By the time Chris gets the door open, the spot across the street is taken. He hunts for another one and hits traffic. He finally finds a space and skips the meter to save a few seconds. He sprints to the CEO's office, but when he gets there, he's told the man just left.
Oh, you just missed him.
No, thank you.
Opportunity comes and goes in a blink. The disappointment is all over his face, and when he goes back for the car, there's a ticket on the windshield to stay on the manager's good side. Chris just eats the loss. That weekend, he brings his son along to try the CEO again. His boy is mesmerized by the beautiful houses. Every kid around here looks happy, but Chris is on edge. He rings the bell, and the man answers himself. Chris introduces himself and apologizes for missing their meeting. The man politely says he didn't think twice about it, and there was no need to come all this way. So Chris, reading the room perfectly, tells a little lie.
Oh, no, actually, we were in the neighborhood visiting a very close friend of ours, and I just wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you for your time. I know you probably waited for me.
From their earlier call, Chris knows the man loves football, and there's a game that afternoon, so he suggests they reschedule for that evening. Then he politely turns to leave.
Hey, you guys want to come with us?
What, to Candlestick?
We're going now. Come with us. Where are your seats?
Oh, we are upper deck.
We got a box. Come on.
When opportunity shows up, Chris always knows how to play it to earn the man's trust. He cleverly spins who he is and ends up in the passenger seat of a convertible, standing on the shoulders of giants. He meets a room full of big clients. During halftime, Chris finally gets his opening and pitches his firm's services. He's genuine, totally sincere, and the man tells him he's impressed.
You know, Chris, I didn't have any notion that you were new over there, and I like you, but there's not a chance I'm gonna let you direct our fund. That's just not gonna happen anytime soon, buddy. So, you know, come on, relax. Let's play the game. Go, go, go!
He doesn't land that account, but thanks to the introductions, Chris walks away with a pile of leads. 4 months into the internship, he's sold every last scanner. He feels good about these final 2 months. But life plays another cruel joke on him. A letter arrives from the IRS because he's been late on his taxes so many times. They've taken the money straight out of his account.
There was only $21.33 left in my bank account. I was broke.
That money was supposed to be rent, so when the motel owner comes around, Chris runs the same old play.
I need that money now, not later.
When I get it, you get it, Ralph.
Now!
Now it's a matter of pure survival. He's sitting on a bench zoning out when he spots that woman again, and this time, he gets the scanner back. Chris carefully cleans it up to survive. He decides to be a salesman one last time. Luckily, an older doctor agrees to buy it, but fate seems determined to mess with him. He carefully sets up the machine and realizes it's broken.
I have to go now, Chris. No, just give me a second. I'm sure I'm gonna be able to figure it out.
Chris, just come back when it's working.
No, I have to fix it now.
No. Look, I'll still be putting money into the office then. All right?
Chris is right back in despair, but this time his face says he's not giving up. When they get back to the motel, they've been thrown out. All their stuff is dumped by the door. The lock is changed. Even the windows are bolted. Chris never thought he'd end up here. The guy who always thinks fast has no idea what to do.
Let's go.
Where?
Just out of here.
Why?
We can't stay here tonight.
Yes, we can. Open the door.
Did you hear what I said? Let's go.
Open the door.
To keep his son off the street, Chris takes him to the subway station, and his son tells him that woman was wrong. This machine isn't a time machine.
What guy?
The guy, he was at the park. He said it was a time machine.
His son is his guiding light, always able to spark hope in him. So he plays along and says, yes, it is a time machine.
All we gotta do is push this black button right here. You wanna push it?
Okay.
Oh my goodness. What? Open.
Oh. What is it?
Dinosaurs.
Where?
You don't see all these dinosaurs? Look around. Look at all these dinosaurs. We gotta find someplace safe.
Like what?
We need a cave.
A cave?
Watch your back. Here it is. Here's a cave. Come on.
Chris uses his son's imagination to build him a whole make-believe world, and step by step leads him into the station bathroom. The boy really believes they're hiding from dinosaurs. Chris locks the door, lays down toilet paper, and does whatever he can to make him comfortable. When someone bangs on the door, he braces it with his foot and gently covers his son's ears, because he won't let the boy see him fail. In that moment, Chris's eyes fill with tears. He feels like a total failure, a failed husband, a failed father. The next day, he takes his son to the church shelter, hoping to grab a free bed. But this is the middle of a recession, and the line is already around the block. A flashy sports car roars past. Clearly, the rich aren't feeling any of this. Just as they're about to get in, the staff tells everyone to stop lining up because there are only 4 beds left, and right then, a man cuts in front of them. When Chris calls him out, the guy takes a swing at him. The staff breaks it up and says they're all getting kicked out. Chris can't get a word in until a kind older man steps up and backs him up.
I got here on time. I was in line. I came from work. I got my son. I was here on time. We were here on time.
You sliced in front of him in line.
Who did?
You did.
You have to admit, Chris has some luck. Every time he hits rock bottom, someone shows up to help. Once his son is asleep, Chris finally gets time for himself. He goes to a corner, opens up the scanner, finds the broken part, then studies for the exam by the streetlight coming through the window. From then on, Chris goes to work carrying all their bags, and after work runs to get his son and line up for a bed. Along the way, the boy loses his beloved Captain America.
Shut up! Shut up!
Why don't you let the lady in?
Hey, back up.
Hey, man, that's not
Back
cool.
up. Back up!
Tomorrow is the final exam. Chris has to be ready for anything. Sales numbers matter most, but the written test counts too. Chris finishes first and runs into the partner downstairs. The guy says he forgot his wallet and asks Chris for $5. Chris looks at the few bills he has left, and after a serious internal battle, he hands it over to that partner. $5 is nothing to Chris. It's 2 days of food for him and his son. It's helpless and it hurts. They get to the shelter too late for a bed, so they buy 2 cheap overnight train tickets and sleep on the train. Eventually, Chris runs completely out of options and sells his blood for $24, then spends 8 of it on a new part for the scanner. That night, they finally get a bed.
Did Mom leave because of me?
Don't even think something like that. Mom left because of Mom, and you didn't have anything to do with that, okay?
Okay. You're a good papa.
Once his son is settled, Chris finds a corner, opens the scanner, and swaps in the new part. Will it actually work? Honestly, he has no idea. It all comes down to this. It's like the first light of dawn, cutting through the dark, wrapping Chris in a warm, bright glow, lighting up his world, and the darkest corner inside him. He goes back to that kind old doctor, and the man buys the scanner, just like he promised.
$250, 4 more weeks of oxygen.
That night, for once, Chris gets them a hotel room. There's a TV and a big bed, but after everything they've been through, for these two, where they sleep doesn't matter anymore. What matters is they never lost each other. The 6-month internship is almost over. Those people he met at the game end up bringing Chris 31 accounts. But now, of all times, he's the one full of doubt.
Because when I was young and I'd get an A on a history test or whatever, I'd get this good feeling about all the things that I could be, and then I never became any of them.
The manager runs into Chris in the bathroom and tells him how much he respects him.
Listen, whatever happens, you've done a fantastic job, Chris. I mean that.
If I remember right, every time this guy shows up, things turn around for Chris. He goes back to his desk, and then the manager calls him in. Chris's stomach is in knots, because he knows he doesn't get a second try. Does he keep living with nowhere to sleep, or does a whole new chapter start? It all comes down to this.
That shirt. Thank you, sir. Chris. I thought I'd wear a shirt today, being the last day and all.
Well, thank you. Thank you. We appreciate that. But, wear one tomorrow, though, okay? Because tomorrow's going to be your first day. If you'd like to work here as a broker. Would you like that, Chris?
Yes, sir.
Good. We couldn't be happier. So, welcome. Was it as easy as it looked?
No, sir. No, sir, it wasn't.
Good luck, Chris.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Oh, Chris. I almost forgot.
Thank you.
Chris walks out of that office with his head high, and there's nothing but certainty in his eyes, because he's finally found happiness. Chris made it. This moment deserves applause. He runs into the daycare and scoops up his son. His boy will never have to struggle like that again, because he really is a good dad. This is a true story. Chris started his own company in 1987, and the man walking toward him here is the real person behind the story. Chris Gardner. Respect to this incredible father. And that's the end of the film. There's a great little detail at the very beginning. When Chris drops his son off at daycare, he notices happiness is misspelled on the wall. He points out it should be an I in the middle, not a Y. The letter I in happiness stands for I for love, while ye sounds like Y. He calls out that misspelling because he's always believed happiness is something you go out and earn. It's in your own hands. If you just sit around waiting and blaming the world, happiness is never going to knock. Chris is in trouble from the very first scene. For years, he's flat broke. His wife can't take it anymore and leaves. He and his son live in motels, sleep in subway bathrooms, and lie down in shelters. Through all those bleak days, he works all day, takes care of his son at night, and studies finance on top of it, grinding until midnight. But he never gives up on the dream. He just keeps going because he believes if he can get past past this, nothing can break him. When life turns its back on us, all we have left is the dream we never let go of. When we're stuck with nowhere to land in the real world, all we can do is remember what we're responsible for. Hold on to the dream and stop complaining. Our past made our present, and our present points to our future. It's the hard times that, when there's nowhere left to run, help us find the person who once had a dream and find the faith to face life head on. We all start with nothing anyway, so what can't you start over from? Keep moving forward. Your light will end up lighting the way.